Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is another gear review video. Now this is a really interesting product from a company called Agilite. You may recognize that scorpion right there. A company that actually I've bought a load of stuff from in the past and I really like most of the stuff that they've made. There's some stuff where I don't think it works quite as well for Airsoft, so I've bought it and I don't actually run it regularly. But this I'm quite excited for. Now, when I play Airsoft, by the way, the name of it is the Mag Release Dump Pouch. So it's doing two things here, or should be. We're going to open it up, we're going to test it, and we'll give you my opinion on it on the end. I always run a dump pouch in Airsoft. So this is probably the battle belt that I run most regularly. This is basically normally how I kind of have my setup. So on the left side here, I have a single pistol mag pouch. I've got a full video on my usual battle belt setup, so go and check it out. Usually have a single pistol mag pouch. I normally have my main reload, which on this one I've got a Haley Strategic mag pouch here. This will take most kind of mags, which is why I quite like using it, because it just literally will take larger mags, smaller mags. My Sega mags will go in there, my regular AR mags, etc. Dump pouch, I've gone through a lot of different ones of these, and this is my favorite by a long way. It seems to, for me, just ergonomically work really well. So this is from T-Rex Arms, kind of has this like overhang thing here. So if I drop pouches in here, they don't kind of bump out if I'm running around. Has this mesh at the bottom here. And I've just really liked it. I've got a secondary mag pouch here. I've got a grenade pouch. I've just got a little ELS mount so I can put more grenades on if I want. My Safariland drop leg holster mount, which will have, you know, my holster will go on here, etc. So I can switch between different pistols. And what I always have is this, the mag pouch, the dump pouch here. Obviously, I also have a mag pouch. So basically, Agilite released a new product last week. I ordered it straight away, and I was like, hey, I want to see what this is going to be like. So this is going to be a video, but it's going to take this here, the mag pouch, and it's going to stick it inside this dump pouch. Now, the video they released of it, I saw it, and I was like, this is kind of cool. This is another battle belt that I have here. So what we're going to do is basically mount it and just test it out and see what we think. But basically what this is going to do is take a dump pouch, mount it as it was on there, and then it's going to take a mag pouch for an AR style kind of sized mag, put it in the middle to secure it on the belt, and then it's going to allow a bungee to hook over that mag, which means when you draw the mag and you pull it to reload, the dump pouch should release, come down, and then you can go and basically grab, dump that mag. And so I was like, okay, this is a really clever idea where instead of worrying like, oh wait, have I released my dump pouch? I need to release it before I'm going to dump a mag in there. Like for me, it's kind of great because if you're pulling the mag to reload, it's like automatically going to deploy. And what I would say is if you're using gas blowback mags in Airsoft, dump pouches are great because if you throw those mags on the floor, which you can do with an AEG mag, even though I don't really do that, you're going to damage the actual mags, like the feed lips, the actual valve, whatever it is, and that is a $60 mag sometimes, and that is gone. So I always use a mag pouch, and like having this combo could be really cool. So this is the thing. It basically says it's patent pending, auto deploy function when you draw your mag, mounts seamlessly behind mag pouches to save critical battle belt space. That's another thing, is if I've comboed this, I'm not using two parts of the actual belt to have that. I've got them all in the same spot, which I think is really cool. This is one of the pouches I'm going to try. I basically run two mag pouches. This one, which is the Unobtanium Gear one. I've got different variants of this, larger ones for M110, or this. It kind of takes a double MOLLE, as most do. And then the other one I run is this, which is a Haley Strategic, same one as I have on my other one. Again, this is more universal. The thing with this one, which I haven't, I don't know if it's going to work as well, it's basically more protruding. So it's kind of like a Kydex insert, this one, which means that if this is in the middle of the dump pouch, I'm worried that the space, it's not going to be big enough to actually reach down and dump. So I'm going to try it with both and we're going to see if it works. You can also get an option for this with if you buy it from Agilite, where it's like a combo. This thing is $55, and then for an extra $35, you can include one of their pincer mag pouches. They're really good mag pouches, but for me, they don't really work very well for Airsoft. Like, because on Airsoft, on gas blowback magazines, you've got these little lips sticking out the top. It means that when there's that pincer effect, I always found that this just caught and it wouldn't go in. Whereas with this, I've got that big, large opening. I can just dump it in. That retains it. So that's really good. And then with my Agilite one, sorry, with my Unobtanium Gear one, it's got this Tegris little lip. And similarly, that can just find its way in and it's retained really well. So I go for these two pouches. And again, I've done different videos on both of them, like why I use certain mag pouches. But Agilite make stuff for real steel. Therefore, you know, you're kind of thinking if it's for real steel, then it should be good enough for Airsoft. When I saw it, it also has this perforated like base bottom to it, which I, again, really like. When you're playing Airsoft, it's very common, especially where I play in Southern California, you're going to get dirt, dust, debris, and it's going to, as you're putting mag pouches in, you're running around, you're brushing past stuff, it's going to get in the bottom. And if you're dumping your mags in there and there's a load of dirt in the bottom, it just gets in the feed lips, it messes up the actual mags. So having the dirt and dust and all that stuff being able to like basically filter down through is, I think, it's great. Okay, so this is the plastic poison that they've got in there. They have a little instruction booklet, rapid setup and deployment overview, connecting the MOLLE pouch. So that's pretty cool. And then here it's got the manual. So I think this is if you're going to be running it by itself. Okay, so there's, I think, 3 different ways. But you can see here, that's with their pincer pouch. So you can see that pouch there where the mag can be. And this is kind of where the dump pouch sits. The pincer mag pouch does have a big opening as well. So I'm kind of thinking that it might be good. I don't really understand what the difference between these 3 manuals are. Or is it just that there's different pages? Like these are 3 different pages. I think what we're going to end up doing is just mounting it without this cover on the top. I don't think we need that. I think you can, obviously, as I just had it, have it in that format. So if you don't want to run an actual pouch inside it, you could just mount it with these MOLLE and then you just have this cover. So like a normal dump pouch would be, and then you can fold it up, keep it compact on the belt and then deploy it. However, I want to test out the real function of this, or the thing that I bought it for, which is being able to mount it and have that function of doing 2 in 1. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. We'll take this out of the way. Take this out of the way. I'm going to remove this MOLLE on here, which is our Haley Strategic pouch. This is an awkward one, this one. Could have done this before the video, but to be honest, I think it might just be... It's good to show you what it's like in place as well. So this has just been pushed up here. Pull this tab down. This belt actually is not quite as easy to mount stuff on as my Agilite magnetics belt. So that's a belt that is from Agilite, and I really like that. This one is not. This one is a... I'm trying to think who makes this one. It's the one that I ran before. It's a Ferro Concepts belt. They have a specific name for it, but I can't remember. But this again is a belt that people love. A lot of people use it. The Agilite Magnetics belt, which is that one, basically just has 2 magnets in the back. And the reason I really like it is because those magnets will align. So when I'm putting on the outer belt, I know exactly the positioning it's going to sit in. It's not just kind of like a standard Velcro. It's going to be, this is exactly where it is. So muscle memory wise, and again, I've got a video on that as well, but muscle memory wise, It means I know where my holster is. I know where my mag pouches are. Okay, so we've taken that off. Basically what we're going to do is put this guy, and I'm going to remove this here. So that thing I don't think we're going to need. Like we'll see later, but I don't think we're going to need it. You can see here, there's basically this skeleton MOLLE, and what that's going to do is go onto here. And obviously there's no straps or anything here. So what's going to really attach it is going to be me putting this through this way. And then the actual MOLLE there is going to attach this. So we're going to basically have a mag pouch and then also a dump pouch in the same location. Now this is going to be the issue for me. It's just like, how do we, like how does how much space is here? Obviously here you've got the drawstring. You don't have the same function like you do on this one, which is that overhang, which is what I really like. So we'll see if I like it as much, but I do think this is a very, very clever idea. We'll see if it actually like works functionally though. And then the other thing you have is this, which is the actual retention. So when this has got a mag in it and that is mounted on the belt, we should, or this is the idea, be able to fold this up, pull that round. And then what you're going to do is basically when you pull this mag out, that's going to release that and then it's going to open it up so that we've got a dump pouch right there. Or that's the theory. Okay, so let's see. I think it's going to work a lot better with this, but I do want to try, because you can see the amount of space I have there. That's a big advantage of these mag pouches from Unobtanium Gear, is they just lie completely flat when they're not being used. But I'm going to start with this guy. It says in terms of mounting this that I should put this on first. Okay, so let me just make sure I'm getting this in the right spot. I'm going to have it here. Do I want it there? I'm going to have it here. I'm going to have this one. I'm going to do it here because I'm so used to having my mag pouch in front, so it's in an area where I'm going to grab it, and my dump pouch slightly behind. So I don't know if that's going to be an odd one for me. So as I said, I think this is designed really for their pincer mag pouch, but I don't think it matters either way, like which one you're doing. Okay, so it looks like you're going underneath this piece and we're going in the top under there. So we're going to go through this way. And then that's going to basically put us there. It then looks like we're going thread the mag pouch through the first straps. So then what we're going to do, so that's going to sit there. Okay, so I see what this is doing now. Okay, cool. So then we're going to go through this one. Like that. Then through the base here. Oh, hold on. No, we're going to go through this one. Now this is going to depend on which mag pouch you're using, because I want to get this guy back in here. So this is going to be like that. Then maybe we're going to go back through here. This could get quite bulky, or it's going to be a lot more finicky than it would be just using regular MOLLE, because you're obviously having to get all of this stuff through. I think I'm then going to go down through this one. Go through there. So we're on the back here. I'm then going to go back through the belt again. And then we need to have it come back through this bit. Through the belt. Okay, then we want to go through here. Through here and through here. So it's basically very similar to actually how I would thread this on, or how it was threaded when I just took it off. The only difference, and I can tell that because of the MOLLE pieces are just, you can see where they've been threaded because the gaps are slightly more opened. I think the only big difference is going to be just having that extra little lattice effectively in the middle. Okay, so that's gone through. And I expect it'll probably be easier to do it with the unobtainium. We'll figure that out when we do it, but they've also released a new sling, and that sling I will be doing an unboxing and review of as well. So it's got Velcro here. I think that might be to do with their pincers. That might be like what they have with their pincer pouches. And then I think we don't need to go back through there, so I'm gonna flick this back and underneath. We'll see how this feels when we've done that. Okay, so I've just threaded that back now underneath and through there. Right, so that is how it's going to sit. So it does, I mean, it seems pretty good. Like that's... Okay, so I'm not putting the inner belt on. This is where it's sitting now. And actually, like, it's an easier location if I'm not, because normally my dump pouch is here. It's an easier location just putting it there. Actually, when I do that, and it's kind of nice because I know that my mag pouch is here. I'm not like figuring it out there. If I know that that's where the mag pouch is, I can just throw it there. I can obviously tighten it, it looks like, and make it a bit tighter, which I might end up doing, just because then it will keep them in a bit more. I don't know, in terms of capacity, it's not going to be as much as that T-Rex arms. But, okay, so this is the big thing that we're going to test out now. So that is going to be the fold. And this thing is going to be here. So when I'm running it, and I could make this a little bit tidier and neater. Let's see. If we're doing this. We could make that a bit tidier and neater, but that's how it's going to be sitting, I think, on my actual belt here. So if I'm going, maybe let's do a little practice with my little CGS truck gun. Okay, so here, if I'm going with a reload, this is actually the wrong mag is the problem. Let's do a mag that's gonna work, which is this one. Okay, so let's say I've got this guy here. This is a VFC mag, so that's not going to go in there. So I'll give you a little stand up right here so you can see. But if I'm boom, 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 I go here, pull this, it's releasing that. I go here. I don't need to put it in there. I can drop it straight in there, and then I'm good here. Dun, 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 dun. Let's try it again. It definitely releases. It's not, I might loosen this again because I quite like having a bit of a larger area. Finding an issue releasing it now. Okay, so that's there. So if I go with this, put that in there first. I go with this. Don't need that. Okay, so if I'm going boom, 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 I go here, pull, jump in. That wasn't locking in. Dun, 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 dun. I like it. I mean, I think actually it kind of has less of an issue space-wise than the other one does. So boom, 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 boom. The other thing, so this is the big one. When I reload normally, this is my reload. Boom, boom, boom. I remove the mag, so it's not really like a proper reload. I then dump, then I pull. And I can't do that with this if this is how I'm going to do it. I know a lot of people say that's not the right way to do it. So it is kind of like a good way maybe of me like training myself and like getting my head into it. Because if I'm doing this, then I have to pull the mag first, then remove, put this in, then dump. And I'm like not great at doing that at the moment. Let's try one more. And then I'm going to switch it over and we'll do the unobtanium. That's facing backwards. I need to actually like have my mags facing backwards as well. Okay, so if I'm going boom, 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 I'm then out. I go to pull my mag, change. Then I go to dump. And it is a little bit like harder to get that in there. But once that's in, that's perfect. And I know where it is. Okay, so let's quickly just change it out to the Unobtanium Gear one instead of this one from Haley Strategic, and we'll check it out there. As I said, the kind of downside with the Unobtaniums, it's not, I mean, if you're setting yourself up and you're going to be running ARs, you're going to be running similar size mags, it's not a big deal. My problem is that I will go to a field and I'll take my shotgun, like my Sega, and then I'll also take my shotgun, and then I'll take something like my AR, and then the same mag pouches don't fit. And the big advantage with these Haley Strategic ones is that because they're kind of shaped as they are, and they've got that flexible side, they don't sit very flat, but they do take every single mag that I have. Obviously, SMGs are a bit different. But that is the other thing as well, is like I could set up 2 SMG mags there, like 2 SMG pouches, and then I've got a ton more space. I could still run 2 there and then 2 in that back position. So it's just giving me more space. It's basically like taking away the space that dump pouch was taking originally, which means that I can run more mags on my belt if I want to. I don't know if I necessarily would, but I can if I want to. Okay, so where is the other mag that we need? Sorry, mag pouch is Unobtanium Gear. Where are you? I don't know how I do this sometimes. There we go. I think everyone does it, so I can't really say it's just me, but you know, when you think you put something somewhere and then it's like you're looking for it for 5 minutes. Okay, so let's go with this. Same way. I'm hoping this should be a bit faster and easier to do. And because it's not, or I say this now, but because it's not too long to set it up, it means that you could actually switch this in a safe zone between games. It would just be, you'd have to be good at what you're doing, or you have to know what you're doing with MOLLE. And I'm generally pretty good with it because I switch my gear stuff around and I try and find exactly what's going to work for me. So that's going in there, that's going in there, that's going to come out on this one, and on this one. So I could get the like Unobtanium Gear different pouches. Let me just make sure I'm doing that one right. I'm going to go So that's going to be there. Yeah, I'm then going to go through the belt. Like trying to remember now, it's a lot easier when you've got 3, or it's just 2 things that you're putting together with this MOLLE strap. Whereas when you've got 3, it's like which bit's threading through what. It feels like you're doing like a weave. Okay, so then this guy's going to come through here. And then there. The nice thing as well with these Unobtanium gears, they're like that laser cut. So you've kind of got gaps there where it's very easy to get that threading done. Okay. Last little bit. Just unhook that corner. Okay, and that's in. And then I'm just going to fold this back through. This gap. Back up through that way. Okay, and then that should be there like that. And you can already see like the amount of space when this is flat, like there's a lot more space there. So let's try this one now. Bison belt, is that what they call it? Ferro Concept bison belt? That might be the one. Okay, so I'm now going to put this in. We're going to go with this here. Sorry. This guy we can ease up. This is great. It's kind of like hidden in here, so it's not going to get caught on stuff, and the retention is really good. So we can fold that up. I can have that there. Obviously, like you can pull it out from there if you want to, but it's not that easy. Okay, so if I'm using this, I've gone off. I put it onto safe, which I can't do right now. I'll do this, this, and look there, it didn't actually release there. So with this one, because it's got that Tegris tab, it didn't release. So let's try that again, because that could be something which stops you from using this Unobtanium gear with it. Okay, so if that's there, need to reload. Yeah, see, it's catching. So that's an issue. So I don't think you're going to be able to use these Unobtanium gear ones with it. I think you're going to be able to use the placard, sorry, the Haley Strategic ones, fine. But if you see here, boom, 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 I go to pull this, and it's catching on this, which is the feed. Like this is great because when I go and I normally need to re-index, I can do that there. But now that is stopping it. So this is the kind of thing where I would have bought that and not even ever thought of that in any way. And I'm kind of like slightly annoyed that that's the case. If I do get it off, if I kind of like somehow manage to get that out, this has got a lot more space. So if I'm just going and dropping ones in here, that's got a lot more space. It doesn't move around too bad. But if I compare this and I show you the one that I normally use, like this is, for me, just a lot better. So I don't know, guys. I think it's a great product. I think it does what it says it's going to do. I think it's probably going to be personal preference for you if you think it's worthwhile saving that space, if you need to add an extra mag on, something like that. But probably for me right now, I may well end up just continuing to run the what's it called? T-Rex arms one. That would probably be where I am at right now. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. As I said, that one is $54.90. I'll put a link down below. There's no affiliation, but I'll put a link down below if you want to go and check it out. And yeah, Agilite products generally I absolutely love. Like this belt I love. I'm very excited for this sling to arrive because I'm going to test that out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you very soon on the next video. Goodbye.